Are you looking for a luxury African safari? Join us today for part two of our trip to East Africa. Stay tuned. Hi, Beth. Welcome back to RTE Travel Talk.
Thank you, Ken. And look where we are.
Wow, just wow. We've been on this road trip for the last 18, 19 days,
Yes.
and here we are in Breeze's Resort in Zanzibar after wrapping up the most fantastic safari I've ever had. So let's tell the folks about the second part of what we did.
Great. Okay, so after we left Little Governors in Masai Mara,
Yep.
we flew to Amboseli and stayed at a resort there. And I just have to tell people that was not our favorite.
No, no. I think you and I are both on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Tukai Lodge.
Yep.
Good resort in some respects,
Right. Yes.
but after coming from Little Governor's Camp in Mossy Mara, it's kind of a come down, really.
It was. And, for me, I mean, the lodge was fine. It looked like an African movie set,
Yeah.
which I love that. Amboseli means dusty. The roads were so dusty, and there just were not the amount of animals that we saw. We were spoiled.
Oh yes, absolutely.
We were spoiled. So 2 nights was fine there, but then we were laughing because we said we drove for a couple of hours to get to the border to Tanzania, and we were going to have T-shirts made. We survived the road from Amboseli.
Yes.
So something to think about when doing a safari.
Yeah, and you mentioned dust.
Yes.
Like, I think my first clue about that was when we arrived on the aircraft. We flew into Amboseli International Airport. And we looked across the prairie, and there's dust devils rolling around. So we had a couple of game drives while we were there. Dust is the number one word when I think it came to that.
Yes.
And there were a lot of people out there.
Yes.
Which made it kind of confusing and
Well,
not as intimate as the other one was.
They would see one animal, and 50 safari cars would be looking at it.
Yes, all jockeying for position, and then to get out of the park at 6:30, it was like the Indy 500.
Yes.
But if you've never been on an African safari,
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't know the difference. So it can still be a good experience.
Well, that was sandwiched between another beautiful resort that we went to.
Yeah. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, it's the Neptune Ngorongoro. I'm probably not saying that right, but it was exquisite. That resort was so beautiful. That's in Tanzania. That's before you get to the crater where you go and see all the animals. And we all had suites.
Yep.
We had living rooms and huge bedrooms, and the food was wonderful. The lodge was wonderful. It was exquisite.
I can't say enough about Ngorongoro Neptune Lodge. How fantastic it was. Every lodge had a view, pretty much, and the animals and the staff couldn't have been more accommodating.
And they every night at dinner they would ask us, "Do you want a fire in your fireplace in either the living room or the bedroom?" And we're like, "Yeah, put a fire in our bedroom, please."
Yeah.
So we went to sleep with a fire in our bedroom. It was fabulous.
Just absolutely amazing. And then we had a game drive to the Ngorongoro Crater.
Yes.
I was a little concerned in the morning when we get up because the cloud layer was down above the mountains, and I said, "We're not going to see anything here. You can't see your hand in front of your face."
Yeah.
But it worked out.
It did.
Because just as John said, he said, "It's going to clear up, and sure enough, it cleared up, and it was fantastic.
It did. And the lions and the buffalo that were fighting and playing with each other. Oh my gosh. The lions were walking in and out of our cars. The buffaloes were chasing the lions toward us. It was like being in a documentary.
Yeah. And apparently that's a very special moment for us. The fact that we were able to catch the water buffalo defending their territory against these lions and putting the run on them.
Right.
That's not something that you'll see quite often. So we were very fortunate to see that.
The guide in our car said what the lions were doing is they were wearing the buffalo out, and the last buffalo after they played this game would be the one they had for dinner. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that. I did not.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm going to have to tell you, they're going to have to work at it because those buffalo
they were tough.
They meant business.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was incredible. And I guess the crater, we were thinking that it was going to be like a narrow crater. Well, it's like the size of the Grand Canyon. It's huge, absolutely huge.
I think he said it was 610 kilometers across.
And it's a volcano that collapsed in millions of years ago.
It's actually, I had originally thought it was a crater that was hit by something, but it's a volcanic
Yeah.
caldera is what it
Mhm.
is.
Yes.
And it's just
Yeah.
you get down inside there and it's just absolutely amazing. The
Yeah.
views are incredible.
Right.
And there was quite a number of safari vehicles there, but it was nothing like Amboseli.
No, nothing.
And
Nothing.
everybody had a great experience.
Yeah.
Some of our group actually seen on this trip seen the entire Big Five.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes, we did not see the leopard. I
yeah,
did not, but I bought a leopard shirt, so
yeah.
that sort of counts.
And again, neither did I, but I
Mhm.
have to tell you, I'm not disappointed
No, it was great.
because we had so many grand experiences
Yes.
with the lions and the elephants and the birds, the flamingos and the hippos. I mean, it just goes on and on. Like I've got hours of footage.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Of all, I mean, the way that we did it starting in Victoria Falls, I would definitely recommend that. That
Yep,
was just spectacular. Going to the Little Governors in Kenya, that was phenomenal. I'd probably pass on the Amboseli. I don't know what that would look like, but I would pass on that. Go straight to Tanzania.
yep,
I'm going to look into what the Serengeti looks like too.
yeah,
If they had something as spectacular as Governor's Camp,
yeah.
then that's great. But I also love going to Nairobi. I think that that was a
The city
great
of Nairobi was very
the
interesting.
city of
Yeah,
of Nairobi and going in to see, Karen Blixen's
yeah,
Out of Africa
yeah.
property.
And the good thing about going into Nairobi, well, they have the airport there,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of great connections
Yeah.
out of Wilson Airport there that'll take you to Masai Mara,
Mhm.
that you can go straight down to Ngorongoro Crater,
Yeah.
all those places.
Everything.
So,
Mhm.
and that's another point. I think you probably would agree with me. If you're going to do this and you've got the affordability at all,
Yeah.
you're going to want to fly between these places
Right.
because the distances are long and the roads are rough.
The
And if
the
you,
roads are dirt
yeah.
roads. They aren't just rough. They are unbelievable. And I don't know if you did, but I took some videos of us just riding in the road, and we're like this
Yeah,
the whole time. The
yeah.
the drivers could be race car drivers. It was an experience that I want to avoid my clients having.
Well, 4 or 5 hours on those roads like that,
Yeah.
it can be tiring
Yeah,
because even going into Ngorongoro Crater,
yeah.
it was, and there's no way around that. It's an
Yeah.
hour in and an hour out over these roads.
Oh, yeah, there is no way. My husband he says in the morning at home, he has stiffness when he wakes up.
Yeah.
But after going on these roads, no stiffness. It was like being in a massage. And then other people had their watches tell them that they had walked 20 miles that day, and it was just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bumping of
yeah,
the
yeah,
road.
yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
looking back at it, we'll forget all about the bumpy
Of
roads and
course we
think
will.
of the
Yeah,
great experience it was.
yeah,
But there are ways, and the reason that I travel is
yeah,
that I can fine tune things
yeah,
and what's best for my clients. I want to know what's best for
yeah.
them.
So I have to ask you, would you do it again?
I would do it again, but not the exact same thing.
Yeah, no,
I haven't been to South Africa, so I'd like to do that. And I understand going to South Africa, you need no visas, nor do you need any
yeah,
shots. I've already had them,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's getting the visas was and also a very interesting
yeah.
experience, and I ended up doing it for my clients.
So having walked a mile in your shoes on that front, well, we did our own visas and stuff, and it's quite a chore.
Yeah,
There's a
it
lot to
is.
do.
Mhm.
And the other thing, when you think about visas, when you put together a trip, you got to make sure on some of these, like for example, if you're going into Zimbabwe,
Mhm. We
there's such
found
a
that
thing as a
out.
single entry visa and a multiple entry visa. If you're going to go into Zimbabwe and then maybe take a trip over to Zambia, which can sometimes happen, then you're going to probably want a double entry
Well, you
visa.
will, because we ended up not going to
Yeah,
Zambia
and
because of that.
because of that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That was kind of a surprise
Right.
for us.
Yes.
But to the credit of the company that worked together to put the trip together,
Uh-huh.
they looked after us by giving us a very special lunch.
Right.
So that was nice.
The group of 25 was a perfect group.
It's been great. It
Yeah.
really has.
Yeah, it's been great.
So here we are in Zanzibar. So we're at Zanzibar Breezes Resort, and we're just kind of chilling for the next couple of days.
Zanzibar is an island
Yeah,
that is off the coast of Tanzania, so we didn't have to do anything but fly here. We didn't have to go visas or show anything really other than our exit visa. And we're here relaxing, and we don't want to do a thing but
so
relax.
I'm not a resort guy.
Oh,
So tell me, how does this compare to like sandals or beaches or what
It's
else
a
is?
beautiful resort.
Yeah,
I mean, again, we have to remember that we're in Africa,
yeah,
so it's not going to be like what they have in the Caribbean, but
yeah,
the flora and fauna and the birds and the beaches, and we're on the Indian Ocean. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the staff couldn't be nicer.
they're very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's great. Everything's been great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Beth, this has been fantastic.
Well, I'm so happy that you and Deborah could
Hmm.
join us in this safari. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah,
have to do it again someday.
I know. Maybe 3 years. Give me some
Well,
time.
it's gonna take me that long to recover.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
All right, Beth. Well, thanks for being with us today, and for everybody out there, we'll see you the next time.
All right. Thanks,
Take
Ken.
care.
All right. Bye
Bye.
bye.
And that about wraps it up for today, folks. A very special thanks to my guest, Beth Schulberg of Cruise and Travel Specialists. If you'd like to reach Beth, I will leave her contact information in the description. If you would like to reach us, you can simply send a question to questions@realtravelexperts.com, visit our website, realtravelexperts.com, or simply leave a comment. We always respond. And as always, folks, if you enjoyed this content, like, subscribe, share, and ring of the bell is certainly appreciated and helps us to spread the word. So until next time, happy travels!